Live from Penn State's campus, this is Nittany Talk. I'm Katherine Schreiner, and in today's episode, we will be recapping our favorite Oscars moments, talking about the most recent events in the Penn State men's basketball, predicting the headliners for this year's Movin On concert, and more. Now let's get to talking. Welcome back to Nittany Talk. My co-host, Marielle Reese, Jackson Tortone, and I will break down the biggest moments that occurred at the Oscars on Sunday. So if we're going to talk about the Oscars, we have to talk about Everything Everywhere All at Once. Like, it won 7 out of the 11 that it was nominated for.
Yeah, which was amazing.
That's insane.
Well, it won Best Picture, Best Directing, Best Actress in Leading Role, Actress in Supporting Role, Actor in Supporting Role.
That's 3 out of 4.
And Film Editing.
Yeah, 3 out of 4 for acting. That's crazy.
That's amazing. Well, you know, it is only 2 other films in Oscar history have actually won 3 acting awards, which is honestly such a big feat.
Yeah, that's insane. Which ones?
Well, I know Network and what was it?
Streetcar Named Desire.
Yeah, that's it.
Nice. Yeah, no. Well, there's a lot of question over if one of the acting nominations, the wins, was deserved. Jamie Lee Curtis versus Angela Bassett. Who deserved it?
Angela Bassett. I'm sorry. I'm like such a big Angela Bassett fan. Mm-hmm. Well, she's like starring in one of my favorite shows right now, 911. You guys should watch it. Anyways, but I have to be loyal to her, and I have to say she deserved it, and she gives such an amazing performance in Black Panther. But what?
I'm gonna have to pick Jamie Lee Curtis.
You did that.
Because
I picked Angela?
because I have personal bias because I really like Jamie Lee Curtis. That's why.
Why?
But I enjoyed her role. And I think that she did a good job. So
I like Jamie Lee too. Yeah, I do.
I'm honestly, I don't have a strong opinion either way. I think they both did well in the movie they were in.
They did.
I really enjoy the movie Everything Everywhere All at Once. It's such a hard title.
It's a fun title though.
I didn't see Wakanda Forever. I haven't had time to see it yet. I know. People get mad at me over that. I haven't seen it yet. I'm so sorry.
I didn't see it either.
Thank you, Jackson.
No judgment.
Oh my goodness. So I'm representing the Marvel fan base here, apparently. Oh my goodness.
But I mean, other than Jamie Lee Curtis winning an acting Oscar, Brendan Fraser also won for the
comeback. His big on-screen comeback, and he won. I'm so excited for him. I think he deserved it, honestly.
Yes, that was a great movie, very sad movie, but incredible performance, incredible story. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah. Well, The Whale didn't just go home with that Oscar. It also went home with another one as well.
For makeup and hairstyling, yeah.
Yeah, 2. Which, I mean, it was amazing what they did to Brendan Fraser. He was almost unrecognizable in the movie.
Yes, he looked like a whale, which I'm assuming that's why they titled it that, but...
Maybe.
There could be other factors.
That's a good idea.
You never know.
But other than hair and makeup, there was also the Oscar for costumes, which went to Wakanda Forever. I have to disagree.
Catherine!
Spicy.
I think it should have went to Everything Everywhere All at Once.
No, you didn't see the costumes in Black Panther. You can't say that.
No,
you didn't see them.
If you look at the pictures, they're far more advanced in Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Have you seen the pictures of Black Panther Wakanda
yes,
Forever? No, I don't think you have.
But Wakanda's the most advanced civilization in the world. What do you mean?
I get it. But I think that Black Panther should have won for so many other things. I think
agree.
it deserved other ones.
Like best song?
Best song, I do agree.
Okay. So we all saw Lady Gaga's performance.
We did.
Okay, the wardrobe change. Hello. Like, okay, she went from a dress to a jean and t-shirt.
Yeah.
Phenomenal. Okay, and then she does her performance.
Right.
And then she doesn't win.
Very awkward. You got to feel for her, and
Yeah.
I personally think she should have gotten it. I think
she deserved it.
Yes.
Thank you.
I'm a big Lady Gaga stan, so I agree.
Thank you.
But also, Rihanna performed right before they announced the award, and she did a very good performance. I thought she looked amazing, and she sounded great.
Yeah.
This is her second performance back from her
And
hiatus.
like, not much time in between the two performances either.
Oh,
I
yeah,
mean,
no. Like, that's very impressive, so I do have to give props to her.
yeah, of course. You know, I love Riri.
Who I don't have to give props to is Jimmy Kimmel for hosting.
Oh my God.
I have a lot of opinions on this man.
Oh my goodness.
Asking Malala about Harry Styles is so unnecessarily
I know.
bad. Why?
Okay.
But it was provocative. It gave us something to talk about. I think he did it on purpose. That's what it's all about.
That might be true.
take.
Also, his opening joke.
Oh, about the slap? It was going to be brought up.
I know,
But,
but
like-
like, I can't believe he went and he goes, hey, if there's any violence during the show tonight, you will be awarded an Oscar for Best Actor and given time to do a speech. I was like, oh my God. Like, I actually just sat back and I was like,
It was just like, oh no.
oh, Jimmy.
Well, then, I don't know if you saw at the end of the Oscars, which went way too late. It was like midnight.
It was.
At the end, he goes backstage and he flips a sign that says how many times since the last Oscars that had an incident. He flips it to 1 year since the last Oscars. Yeah,
Jimmy.
like just the amount of shade throughout the show, phenomenal. But also, I hate it. Like, thanks, I hate it.
Yeah. Honestly, yeah, I feel like they could have picked a better host.
I agree.
Yeah, he's hosted a lot of these late night award ceremonies, and I think that he's done enough. I mean, I don't dislike the man, but I think that he should retire from it for a while.
Whoa.
Yeah. Who do you think should host?
They could try Jimmy Fallon.
I would
love
to see
Jimmy Fallon.
Yes, I love Jimmy Fallon. I think he would
agree.
do so good.
I also love James Corden.
He could do it
personally.
too.
Like
Yeah.
James.
I do like James Corden. I don't know. Maybe it's his karaoke in the car with the Jonas Brothers that always like pulls me in.
Specifically the Jonas Brothers.
Yeah.
No other karaoke in the car. I think he'd be entertaining, but I think there are better options.
Yeah,
Yeah,
possibly.
yeah.
Yeah,
Definitely.
definitely, actually, yeah.
Well, that was our recap of the Oscars. Do you agree with our opinions? Stay tuned to see our next segment with Shamrock Shakes. For Nittany Talk, I'm Catherine Schreiner.
No.
So I actually noticed this one is drinking different.
All right, now
The
I need
other-
to try this. Hand her over.
The other one's not as sweet as the McDonald's Shamrock Shake.
Yeah.
Like, everyone wanted to be there.
I have
like,
friends from like other schools, like
Yeah.
Ohio State came.
yeah, like this is a huge thing now.
Yeah.
I swear, I think that the IM fields were more taxing.
Yes, our shooting definitely heated up in the end. I do think Seth Lundy had an excellent game.
Agree.
He had 19 points, and I do truly think that if he didn't foul out towards the end, that we would have won the game.
Is that we have to navigate a system that was created to not only subjugate us, but keep us in a place of oppression. And navigating the system is so difficult.
Welcome back to Nittany Talk. This is our first holiday recurring segment, our reaction to the Shamrock Shake. This year, we're not only trying the original one, but we're also comparing it to the one we make in studio with our portable blenders. Okay, so first we're gonna explain to y'all what a Shamrock Shake is and what we're putting into ours. Do you wanna explain?
Sure. So basically, we have our Penn State products here. We got our Penn State mint chocolate chip ice cream, our Penn State milk. We got some Hershey's chocolate syrup, and of course we have our portable blender. So honestly, pretty simple. We just toss all the ingredients in, and we see what happens.
Wow. All right, let's get to it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there's
What's
no
this?
like preheating the oven. There's no thawing anything. It's
Well,
just
Charlie,
put
this
her in
would
a
be a
blender.
cold dessert, so I don't think we'll need a microwave or an oven.
Right. Can we make this in the air fryer?
I I don't think that would work.
Okay, do you want to put a scoop in?
What is it for like good luck or something?
Oh, that's a lot of milk.
Just put in more ice cream.
Wait, can I put in the...
Put in food dye.
We have some food dye as well.
This is
so
Make it
cheating,
more
but like
green.
if you've gone to McDonald's, you know how
Look at
green
these.
they
Look at
are.
the
Look at
McDonald's.
these.
They're green.
All right,
We
here.
have a comparison.
All right, now press the button.
Wait, no. Okay. Whoa there.
I think they actually have like a green syrup
Wait,
that
do
they
we put
drizzle
the
on the outside.
should we put some
I think so,
chocolate
too.
in?
No, we'll do it after. Do it after.
Okay.
That'll make it look so rough.
That would make it look rough.
We could do it after.
We could do it after.
Yeah.
Chocolate syrup also doesn't do well with blending.
Oh, that is green. Oh, that is green.
Okay, cool.
I think that's pureed enough.
think that's good.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Did
just
you
gonna
say
get like a
pureed?
huge chunk.
I
Yeah,
love
pureed.
it. Okay, cool.
That's
Do
what
you
it
wanna
is.
pull out
Yeah.
that
So
one?
Yeah.
we pre-made some. This
Just
is the
in
one that
case
went
this
in
one
the
went
oven
really well.
for the record. This one was in the oven. Let's put-
Oh, and it's
totally
also good to
different
mention.
textures.
Ours have chocolate chips in them. Charlie,
Yeah.
ours have chocolate chips in them. The McDonald's version does not.
No.
So that's going to be a bit different.
We also only have 4 straws, so the taste might overlap. But that's okay, you know?
Okay, should we
Okay, I'm
pour
gonna put
some
this to the
and, like,
side.
We're
we can
doing
pour in
shots.
some-
So are we doing ours first?
Wait, low
Let's
key,
pour it first.
should we have someone cover their eyes and see if they could decide
Alexis,
which one's
close your
which?
turn
Let's
around.
do it.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. Let's
You
pour.
pour that one.
I'm gonna put a straw in this one.
No, don't pour it straw in it. I'm just gonna pour it in the.
Wait, and then I'll put a straw in this one.
She's not gonna know. Hold on. Too much. That's good. Think she'll notice.
I
Here.
don't know. Okay.
You know what? Here,
Wait,
go
they could
get.
just sip out of the cup. Do you
Yeah,
want
that's what I'm
straws?
saying. Just give it to her. All right.
Here's
All right.
the
Here's
first one.
here's the
Here, wait,
first
I'll just
one.
keep my eyes closed.
Okay.
There's the first one.
Okay.
Shots.
Okay, here's the second one. Okay.
Okay, now which one's which?
Okay, so this one definitely had whipped cream on top of it. Yeah, okay, so that's how I was able to tell.
Okay.
But which one's better?
This one.
No.
So I actually noticed
I
this
think
one
she's
is not
drinking
as,
different things.
All right, now
the
I need to
other-
try this. Hand her over.
the other one's not as sweet as the McDonald's Shamrock Shake.
Well, also,
Can
I
I
feel
just
like
drink it, or do I have to close my eyes?
I'll just drink it. I'm gonna try some too.
This one's more minty, for the record. McDonald's more minty. This one tastes like Diet Shamrock Shake.
I told you it was not as sweet.
Yeah.
It's actually kind of watery.
Yeah.
probably absence of the whipped cream.
Okay, so blend it a little bit less.
Yeah,
so-
you know, we have to play around with it for a little bit. Yeah.
If you liked watching us drink green Shamrock Shakes or this episode, please make sure to give the thumbs up on this video. For Nittany Talk, I'm Courtney Green.
Like everyone wanted to be there.
I have
like,
friends from like other schools, like
Yeah.
Ohio State came.
yeah,
yeah.
like this is a huge thing now.
Yeah.
I swear, I think that the IM fields were more packed than.
Yes, our shooting definitely heated up in the end. I do think Seth Lundy had an excellent game.
Agree.
He had 19 points, and I do truly think that if he didn't foul out towards the end, that we would have won the game.
Is that we have to navigate a system that was created to not only subjugate us, but keep us in a place of oppression. And navigating the system is so difficult.
Welcome back to Nittany Talk. I'm Katherine Schreiner, and in this segment, my co-hosts, Abby Shashut, Gabrielle Tyner, Courtney Green, and I will be talking about our predictions for this year's Movin On concert. So for us to talk about this year's concert, we have to talk about last year's concert.
Definitely.
So last year, I'm a freshman, so I've never experienced it. But I saw it all over my social media, like on my TikTok, everyone calling it the Penn State Coachella. It was packed, and all I saw was Jack Harlow was there, which is a huge name, especially at that time. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, when they announced that Jack Harlow was going to be there, I instantly texted my friend Destiny, and I was like, we're going, we're
Yes.
waiting. Like, we waited out, we camped out, we got, like, second row because people kept on pushing in front of us, and we were just like, all right, like, whatever. We stood there for, like, 8 hours waiting for him.
Right.
So fire. Totally worth it.
I
we
love
ended
that.
up seeing him in, like, Philly a little bit later. But Moving On itself was so cool.
It was. I have to say, I was excited when they announced that Jack Harlow was coming.
Yeah.
I'm going to be honest, Amine stole my heart.
Really?
Like,
I agree.
oh my gosh.
I agree.
He just like brought the energy and like the fire. There was a part where he started like mosh pitting to like reel it in, and I was like, oh god.
Oh, yeah.
I did not like that. I was like, oh my god.
Yeah, at that moment I was kind
terrifying.
of like, oh, okay.
He was really good though.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, I didn't
did
know
a
he
good
was
job.
coming.
Yeah, I loved seeing Amina. I've been a huge fan since Caroline. I got in my middle school feels with him there. And it was, like you guys were saying, it was so crowded. Like, me and my friends were all super short. So we were looking over people's shoulders, trying to get a glimpse of Mr. Jack Harlow. We tried.
Yeah.
But we got there a little late, so that was on us. So we were kind of in the back and, like, the side. But, what are you going to do?
That's okay.
I kid you not. I got there early, and me and my friend were like toward the front. But people were like pushing, so like we ended up kind of shifting to the back too. So don't worry, it doesn't matter what time you go.
Well, I saw that a bunch of branch campuses, like people from branch campuses came.
Yeah.
Like everyone wanted to be there.
I had
like,
friends from like other schools, like Ohio State came.
Yeah, like this is a huge thing now.
Yeah.
I swear, I think that the IM fields were more packed than for tailgates and football games, just in like mass
That is
volume
insane.
in one confined space. Yeah, Penn State Cella, very valid to call it that.
So Moving On itself, we could explain it. It's like a hometown band, they open up, and then there's like a half-hour break, and then there's, SPA, which is Student Programming Association. They bring in their own band, which they pay for. And then I think there's another band brought in by another group, but I can't remember off the top of my head. I know UPUA is a group that's connected to Moving On itself, which is its own group. But then they had 3 big acts: Amine, Fits in the Tantrum, Jack Harlow. The Aces performed last year. I really liked them.
Yeah. They were the Battle of the Bands winner, right?
No, they were brought in. I think they were brought in by SPA.
Oh, okay.
I think the Willard Building or Women's Hockey League. One of the 2 performed last year. I can't remember which one.
I think it was the Women's Hockey League.
Okay, yeah.
I remember hearing about them. I didn't get to see any of their performance, but I heard they were really good.
They were really good. I
This
like
is what
them.
I get for going late. I missed out on all the good stuff. All I saw was Jackie Boy up on stage. What are you gonna do?
Well, the half-hour breaks in between each artist going up. Low-key, you're just standing there all day. You watch the sun come up. You watch the sun stay in the sky. You watch the sun come down.
Right.
At one point, they started like passing out water.
Yeah, that was nice.
As they should.
I like that.
Considerate.
Okay, but what are your predictions for this year? I know for me, my top prediction is Young Gravy. I mean,
that'd be he already came though. He came last year.
But still, like, he was just seen at PSU Barron's Welcome Week. Like, it just makes sense. The connection's there.
Yeah.
Also, this is just my hope. Pitbull. I want Pitbull so bad.
love him.
More than
That'd be
anything.
great.
It would be so good. One that's totally out there, but Miley Cyrus, she just released a lot of new music. It'd be a great way for her to be going on tour or announcing a tour. That would be really cool. Sabrina Carpenter. And then Lizzie McAlpin. She is a big TikTok singer, which I know Spot has been bringing in a lot of those this year. She's just a TikTok.
What does she sing?
I can't name like a song title off the top of my head.
Yeah.
Like, I just know
Give us a little
about
tour.
her.
It sounds so familiar.
That's the thing. It's like it's just a really familiar name. It's one of the bigger names in like TikTok singers right now.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
So, what are your predictions?
Oh God, honestly, I don't have any predictions. Like, I'm a part of Moving On itself. So, I've been trying to get it out of my friends. I've been like, so like, how are those artist contracts coming along? But they won't tell me anything, but that's okay.
Mean.
I love Jack Harlow. I'd love to see him again. He's probably not coming back this year, though. I don't know who else, though. What about you guys? What do you think?
What are you thinking, Ab?
I mean, like, I don't know. I mean, like, in a perfect world, I would have maybe Tyler, the Creator.
Oh my God, that'd be so good.
Maybe some Drake, maybe some Drizzy up here.
Yeah, it's
don't
so
know,
unlikely, but I love that.
If Drake came to Penn State,
I would
That would
actually
be
be scared for
something.
my life. The safety
it would
on
end.
the
People
would
IM
come.
field.
I want to see more females this year, definitely. So my top 2, SZA, Long Shot, and Doja Cat. Another long shot, but the energy would be so
That'd
good.
be so fun.
It would be amazing.
So good. Well, that's all our predictions for this year's Movin' On Festival. Tell us who you're expecting to see perform this year. Stay tuned for our discussion of Penn State men's basketball. For Nittany Talk, I'm Catherine Shiner.
Yes, our shooting definitely heated up in the end. I do think Seth Lundy had an excellent game.
Agree.
He had 19 points, and I do truly think that if he didn't foul out towards the end, that we would have won the game.
Is that we have to navigate a system that was created to not only subjugate us, but keep us in a place of oppression. And navigating the system is so difficult.
Hello, and welcome back to Nittany Talk. I'm Gabrielle Tyner.
And I'm Jackson Tortone.
And we are going to be talking about Penn State men's basketball unfortunate loss against Purdue in the Big Ten championship last Sunday. Jackson, what are your thoughts about how the game went down?
Well, at the end of the day, a loss is a loss. But I do think that we battled back pretty well. Obviously, we struggled in the middle of the game. Our shooting was not the best. And Purdue has a high-powered offense. We're going to struggle. That's how it's going to be. But I do appreciate the comeback.
Definitely.
I think it showed a lot of potential for the tournament. What did you think of the game?
You know, I thought it was good. I mean, we were going in, like, with our enemy, pretty much. Like, you know, we've lost to them 3 times this season. They're our kryptonite. So I was expecting it to be close, a close loss, which it was.
It was.
And when they came back, that was amazing because it was not looking good for a hot second. But,
oh, no.
But overall, I mean, our performance could have been a little better. We weren't up to par as we usually are, but, you know, we still came back and it was close.
Yes, our shooting definitely heated up in the end. I do think Seth Lundy had an excellent game.
Agree.
He had 19 points, and I do truly think that if he didn't foul out towards the end, that we would have won the game. Because if he was putting up 19 points in that much time, I could see him in the last 2.5 minutes put up some more. So I'm disappointed that he fouled out like that, but everything happens for a reason.
Exactly. And I mean, you know, it's just how it is sometimes, you know. I mean, but we did so much better this season. You know, this year our record was 22-13 compared to last year we were 14-17. So at least we're in the positive side this year, and we made it to the championship. I mean, that's a huge feat in itself.
That's Shrewsbury magic.
Yeah.
We came in and made this team a lot better. Yeah.
I completely agree.
Now, the loss was bad. It was disappointing. However, let's talk about how for the first time in 12 years,
yes,
we are going to the NCAA tournament, and we're playing Texas A&M on Thursday night.
All right. Oh.
So what do you think our chances are looking like?
I mean, it's definitely going to be a tough fight for sure. I think, you know, Shrewsbury has done such a great job this season of really building up our program and making us a strong team. You know, we've got strong shooters. Our offense is good. Our defense is good. So I think we definitely have a shot. What about you?
I think that we are the best shooting team in the country when we have our game on. And I think that we're one of the highest powered offenses in the country when we have our game on. However, I think that once we get to a certain level, a certain round in the tournament, the offenses and the defenses become so overpowered that I don't know if we can make it past Elite Eight. But I would like to see upsets. And as we know, March Madness has tons of those. So I do think we have a chance, but I don't think it's a high one.
Yeah. But so speaking of that, if Penn State doesn't end up making it all the way to the end, who would you like to see win the tournament?
Me personally, I would like to see the University of Southern California Trojans because of how disappointing their football season went. I'd like to see the students win something, and I think the team has a chance. However, I don't think they'll win. I think that the Alabama Crimson Tide will probably win logically, but it is what it is. What do you think?
So, I mean, I'm hoping Penn State makes it far. I'd like to see them get into the Elite Eight, maybe even the Final Four. You know, this tournament, it's so unpredictable every year. Like, last year, there was 9 double-digit upsets just within the first round, which, like, you know, you just never know what you're going to get. Last year, everyone was mad about their brackets. I remember all my friends.
It was all messed up.
Everyone was like, what is going on? But, you know, that's the name of the game. So, I mean, yeah, there's underdogs, there's upsets. So I'd like to see them go far, but I don't know if they've got what it takes to make it to the final. So if I had to pick someone to go to the final, I'd say I'd like to see Kentucky because, you know, I think they're a pretty strong program. But realistically, I could see UCLA taking it to the chip.
That's perfect. That's a great. I've heard a lot of UCLA talk. I've also heard a lot of Houston talk. I think UCLA is probably top 10, definitely. And they have just as good of a chance as any of those teams in the SEC or like Tennessee. A lot of those teams. Yeah, I think UCLA has a great chance.
I agree.
I would not mind seeing them win. But of course, here in State College, we want Penn State to win.
Of course. And, you know, I do not want Kansas to win again. We can't have them go back to back.
No Jayhawks.
We can't. Well, I hope you enjoyed our look into Penn State's recent and upcoming play in college basketball, as well as our predictions for the March Madness tournament. Once again, I'm Gabrielle Tyner.
And I'm Jackson Tortone. Thank you for tuning in and stay tuned for our interview with Lotus president and co-founder Lahari Peruri.
We have to navigate a system that was created to not only subjugate us, but keep us in a place of oppression. And navigating the system is so difficult.
Welcome back to Nittany Talk. I'm Jada Williams, and in today's segment, my co-host Abby Shashut and I will be talking to Lahari Peruri, the co-founder of and president of Lotus. So, Lahari, can you tell us about Lotus?
So Lotus is a student organization that works to serve better, to make better infrastructure for Black, Indigenous, and other students of color who have been victimized by sexual violence, domestic traumas, and things alike. And our mission statement is to basically create safer and more healing environments for these populations, which have been historically underserved.
Okay, so can you tell us how you came to creating Lotus?
So in January of 2020, I was sexually assaulted. And this situation built a lot of anger in me. And this anger, you can do one of two things. You can become it, or you can work against it. And so I had no option. I could not become that anger, because that is not me. My close friend at the time, who is also the other co-founder of Lotus, Ayo Chai, she is an alumna, and she graduated about 2 or 3 years ago. We had a lot of conversations about how much anger we had about this issue and how much trauma is rooted in the experience of womanhood under what society operates as patriarchy. And she was chatting with her mom one day. She was getting her hair braided, and her mom and her were like, what if we created a better space for Penn State students who are a part of racially marginalized collectives? And so it was her idea, and my anger drove me to where I am today to do this work.
That's really impressive. So can you tell me what barriers you've noticed in the reporting system for BIPOC sexual assault survivors?
So the largest barrier that I can say, and I think most individuals who are doing this work can highlight, is that we have to navigate a system that was created to not only subjugate us, but keep us in a place of oppression. And navigating the system is so difficult, because the individuals who are not only doing the reporting work, Title IX administration, the police department, investigators, attorneys, oftentimes these are people who are, within positions of power. And having to sit with someone who, in a way, is adding to the role of oppression that victim survivors, not just of color, but victim survivors generally experience, is extremely difficult. And I think that's one of the largest barriers, is having to navigate a system that not only for women, but for women of color, has not been built to serve us.
And so, how can people better serve those survivors of sexual assault?
So I think this question is really multifaceted. There is the role of sociocultural factors, such as how we communicate with one another in not only collectives of color, but communication from us to other more privileged collectives. And there's also the role of the institutions, the systems themselves. And when I'm talking about systems, I'm talking about, economic systems. I'm talking about social hierarchies. I'm talking about racism. I'm talking about ableism. These are the systems that, add to the nature and environment of what sexual violence is, not only on college campuses, but in general. So having to serve better, for me, it would look like, one, Penn State acknowledging that sexual violence is not only an interpersonal interaction, it's also existing at a systemic level. And this is so important, because adding these nuances is what puts into the conversation, Asian women experience exacerbated levels of sexual violence. because of hypersexualization. You know, Black women experience exacerbated levels of sexual violence because hypermasculinization, because of enslavement. And these things have not changed. They are persistent and they are evident, not only from administration, but even in casual conversations. How we as a culture and how we as a system, because we're not outside of it, we're a part of it, how we as a culture perpetuate these things.
Very true. So what impact do you hope for your space that you've created? Like, what do you hope to see, as years in advance, into the future?
In an ideal society, violence against women and violence against marginalized collectives wouldn't exist. But unfortunately, we don't live in an ideal society.
Yeah.
We live in one where, these things are needed for certain people to stay in power and certain people to stay in subjugation. I would ideally want to see a society where we're working together as a collective to end violence. It's a very far-fetched goal, but I think this is a goal that a lot of advocates of anti-sexual violence work really have in their hearts. We wish to see a society where violence is spoken against, where it's not accepted as an intrinsic part of the collegiate experience. Because it's not, it shouldn't be.
Yeah. And starting Lotus, you definitely bring Penn State just as a whole, closer to those solutions. So what type of events or initiatives do you hope to do in the future with Lotus?
So a large portion of the events are centered in the month of April, which is Sexual Violence Awareness Month. So a lot of the work that Lotus does during that time is in collaboration with partner orgs such as the Gender Equity Coalition, which is housed in the Schreier Honors College. We have done a lot of work with the UPUA, which is the student government. So just bridging the gap, starting community dialogues, starting conversations. We talk about prevention, but at Penn State there is no prevention. We talk about, we can do a buddy system. Women can take self-defense classes. Perpetrators can be put in rehab, but that's not it. Yeah. And, these events and these dialogues we're starting, they need to bridge the gap between institutions and student constituents.
So what events do you have for the rest of the school year for people to go to, or just things that you guys are going to be doing?
So we have a collaboration with the Petit and Paterno libraries coming up. A zine workshop, which would just be a very creative outlet for individuals, not just victim survivors, but just the community in general to come together and, channel our creative juices about what liberation looks like for us. So this is something that I'm super excited about. We host monthly book talk, book clubs, and the name of our book club is Heal with Pages, and we center restorative justice initiatives.
Okay.
So yeah.
Thank you very much. That's all we have for this week's show. Thank you so much for coming onto our show and talking about your organization, Lahari. For Nittany Talk, I'm Jada Williams, and we will see you next week.